Ursula von der Leyen spoke for around about an hour, and she covered everything from the coronavirus crisis to tiny semiconductors or microchips that you find in your smartphone and in your fridge and your washing machine, etc. Let's take a look at some of the key moments from her speech in Strasbourg to the European Parliament. After a year and a half dominated by the coronavirus crisis, Europe's leaders are once again gathering in person and looking at the next challenges on the horizon. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced the European Union will donate 200 million extra doses of COVID-19 vaccines to other countries, but global events are forcing the bloc to look beyond the current pandemic. The recent withdrawal of Western troops from Afghanistan has reignited a long-running debate on Europe's military capabilities, but von der Leyen says there's more to it than simply marshalling troops.
You can have the most advanced forces in the world, but if you're never prepared to use them, of what use are they? What has held us back until now is not just a shortfall of capacity, it is the lack of political will.
Floods and wildfires across Europe this summer also brought the global climate crisis back into focus. World leaders will gather in Glasgow in November for COP26, the latest United Nations climate change conference.
The COP26 in Glasgow will be a moment of truth for the global community. Major economies, from the US to Japan, have set ambitions for climate neutrality in 2050 or shortly after. That's good. But they need now to be backed up by concrete plans in time for Glasgow.
In her roughly hour-long speech, von der Leyen also zeroed in on tiny semiconductors or microchips found in everything from smartphones to cars. Von der Leyen announced a new European Chips Act to boost production and make the continent less reliant on Asia. And finally, there was the partial unveiling of the global gateway.
Well, Giles, let's pick up on that. What did von der Leyen have to say about Europe's global role?
Well, Jamie, not much detail, to be honest, on that Global Gateway initiative, but from what she said in her speech, it's effectively going to be a vehicle for Europe to invest in infrastructure projects all over the world. So you could see it really as a potential competitor to China's Belt and Road Initiative. Jamie, if there was really one theme in this speech about foreign policy, it's really that Europe needs to be less reliant on its partners and on other countries around the world, whether that's the US military and its reliance on them during the withdrawal and the evacuation from Afghanistan, or whether it's the reliance on countries in Asia to produce those crucial semiconductors that are then shipped over to Europe and put into everything from, cars that are manufactured in Germany, for example.